Ladies and gentlemen, let me ask you something. How long are you going to wait to become the person you were meant to be? How many more days will you let slip through your fingers, living a life that doesn't set your soul on fire? The clock doesn't stop for anyone, and guess what? It's ticking right now. 2025 is your chance. Not just another year, not just another number on the calendar. It's your moment to stand up, dust yourself off, and rebuild. If you've ever felt broken, if you've ever looked in the mirror and wondered, is this all there is? Then this is your sign to stop waiting and start creating. Stay with me, because by the end of this, you'll have the tools to not just survive 2025, but to dominate it. 2025 is more than just another turn of the calendar. It's your opportunity to reclaim your life, redefine who you are, and transform into the person you were always meant to be. But before you can move forward, you need to make peace with the past. Too often, we find ourselves shackled by the weight of yesterday's mistakes that haunt us, failures that replay in our minds, and moments we wish we could take back. The truth is, you cannot rebuild if you're still clinging to the ruins of what once was. Take a hard look at your past, acknowledge it, own every mistake, every misstep, and every missed opportunity. Why? Because denying your past only gives it more power over you. Pretending it didn't happen doesn't make it go away. It keeps it alive, whispering doubts in your ear every time you try to rise. But here's the powerful shift: when you confront your past, you strip it of its ability to control your future. You turn it into a lesson instead of a limitation. Every failure you've experienced, every setback was teaching you something. It was preparing you for a moment like this. Maybe you didn't see it then. Maybe you were too caught up in the pain or frustration to notice. But hindsight is a gift. When you look back, you'll realize that the very things you thought were breaking you were actually building you. They were giving you resilience, perspective, and a strength you couldn't have gained any other way. But rebuilding doesn't mean forgetting. Letting go of the past doesn't mean erasing it. It means acknowledging its place in your story without letting it define the rest of the chapters. Imagine you're holding a heavy backpack filled with every regret, every mistake, every what if. That weight is exhausting, isn't it? Now imagine setting it down. Not throwing it away, but placing it gently to the side. It's still there. You can revisit it when you need to remind yourself how far you've come, but it no longer burdens you. The problem for many of us is that we become too comfortable carrying that weight. It's become part of our identity. We think, I'm the person who failed at that business, or I'm the one who always gets it wrong. But let me tell you this, that's not who you are. That's who you were in a moment of time. You are not your failures. You are not your mistakes. You are the person who survived them, who learned from them, and who has the power to rise above them. Rebuilding yourself requires a clear mind and an open heart. If your mind is cluttered with regrets and your heart is closed off because of past pain, you won't have the space to create something new. It's like trying to build a house on shaky ground. The foundation will crumble unless it's solid and prepared to hold the weight of your vision. What does letting the past stay behind really look like? It starts with forgiveness, not just forgiving others, but forgiving yourself. Forgive yourself for the times you didn't know better, for the choices you made out of fear or insecurity, for the opportunities you missed because you weren't ready. Give yourself permission to move forward without the constant need to punish yourself for things you can't change. It's about shifting your focus. Instead of replaying the moments you regret, start visualizing the moments you want to create. Picture yourself in 2025 as the person you aspire to be. What does your day look like? How do you carry yourself? Who are you surrounded by? The more you focus on the future, the less power the past has over you. But don't confuse leaving the past behind with ignoring accountability. Rebuilding doesn't mean pretending you didn't mess up. It means taking responsibility for your actions, making amends where you can, and committing to do better moving forward. Responsibility isn't a punishment, it's a tool for growth. It's how you prove to yourself that you've learned and that you're ready to rise. Your past is a chapter, not the whole story. You have the pen in your hand right now, and you get to decide what comes next. 2025 can be the year you finally let go of the guilt, the shame, and the fear that have been holding you back. It can be the year you stop looking in the rearview mirror and start focusing on the road ahead. As you step into this new year, ask yourself, what are you still holding on to that no longer serves you? What story from your past are you ready to rewrite? And most importantly, who do you want to become? The answers to these questions will guide your journey of rebuilding. You cannot change what's behind you, but you can decide what lies ahead. The past doesn't define you. Your actions today do. Let 2025 be the year you rise, rebuild, and redefine your life, not in spite of your past, but because of it. The time is now. The choice is yours. Leaving the past behind is a vital step, but equally important is creating a clear vision for your future. You cannot rebuild your life aimlessly. You need a direction, a purpose, and a detailed plan for where you want to go. Vision is the foundation upon which everything else rests. Without it, you're like a ship at sea with no destination, drifting wherever the currents of life take you. But with a vision, you have a compass, a guiding force that keeps you focused, determined, and moving forward. Clarity is power. If you don't know what you want, how can you expect to achieve it? The first step in creating a clear vision is giving yourself permission to dream unapologetically. Set aside the limitations, the doubts, and the realistic expectations that have been holding you back. What would your life look like if nothing were impossible? Who would you be? What would you do? Think bigger than you've ever allowed yourself to before. Once you have a general idea of what you want, it's time to get specific. Vague dreams lead to vague results. If you say, I want to be successful, what does that mean to you? Success isn't the same for everyone. For some, it's financial independence. For others, it's meaningful relationships, personal growth, or leaving a legacy. Break it down. What does success look like for you? How will it feel when you achieve it? What specific milestones will show you're on the right track? Writing it down is essential. A vision that exists only in your mind is like a cloud, shapeless and easy to forget. But when you put pen to paper, you give it form and substance. Write down exactly what you want to achieve in 2025. Be bold, be detailed, and most importantly, believe in what you're writing. It doesn't matter if it feels too ambitious or if others think it's impossible. This vision is for you, not for them. After defining your vision, break it down into actionable steps. A clear vision isn't just about dreaming, it's about planning. If your ultimate goal feels overwhelming, divide it into smaller, manageable pieces. Let's say your vision involves starting a new business. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, identify the steps you need to take: researching your market, creating a business plan, building a network, and finding funding. By focusing on one step at a time, you make the process less intimidating and more achievable. Visualization is another powerful tool. Spend time each day picturing yourself living the life you're working to build. See it vividly in your mind. How does it feel to wake up in that life? What do you do each day? Who do you interact with? Visualization isn't just about imagining, it's about training your brain to believe in the possibilities. When you consistently see yourself succeeding, your actions will naturally align with that belief. But here's the key: vision alone is not enough. You must pair it with relentless commitment and action. Too many people stop at the dreaming stage. They imagine the life they want, but never take the steps to make it real. Your vision should not just inspire you, it should drive you to act. Each day, ask yourself, what can I do today to move closer to this vision? Even the smallest action, when done consistently, can create momentum. Another crucial element of creating a clear vision is adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and challenges will arise. Your vision may need to evolve as you grow and as circumstances change. That's okay. Flexibility doesn't mean abandoning your goals, it means finding new ways to reach them. Stay focused on your end destination, but be open to adjusting your route if necessary. To sustain your vision, surround yourself with reminders of what you're working toward. Create a vision board with images, quotes, and symbols that represent your goals. Place it somewhere you'll see every day. These constant reminders will keep your vision alive, especially during moments when motivation wanes. Accountability is also essential. Share your vision with someone you trust, someone who believes in you and will hold you accountable. This person can serve as a sounding board, a source of encouragement, and a reminder of why you started when the journey gets tough. Remember that creating a clear vision isn't just about achieving goals, it's about becoming the person capable of achieving them. Your vision should challenge you, push you, and inspire you to grow. The process of pursuing it will shape you in ways you can't yet imagine. 2025 is your opportunity to create a life that excites you, fulfills you, and reflects the best version of yourself. But it all begins with clarity. Know what you want, why you want it, and how you're going to achieve it. A clear vision is not just a dream, it's a blueprint for success. Once you have that blueprint, all that's left is to build step day by day. The life you envision is waiting for you. All you have to do is start. When rebuilding yourself, one of the most critical yet often overlooked steps is embracing self-discipline. Dreams and visions are powerful, but without discipline, they remain nothing more than wishes. Discipline is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. It's the daily commitment to show up, work hard, and stay consistent, even when motivation fades and the results feel distant. In 2025, your transformation will depend not on fleeting bursts of energy, but on the steadfast determination to follow through every single day. Self-discipline is not about punishing yourself or living a joyless life. It's about making choices that align with your long-term goals rather than giving in to short-term desires. It's easy to let comfort guide your decisions, to hit snooze instead of getting up early, to binge watch shows instead of working on your craft, to spend impulsively rather than saving for something meaningful. But every time you choose comfort over progress, you drift further from the person you aspire to be. Discipline is about reclaiming control over those choices and using them to build the life you want. To cultivate discipline, start by identifying the habits that are holding you back. Be honest with yourself. What are the patterns in your life that derail your progress? Maybe it's procrastination, overindulgence, or a lack of focus. Recognizing these habits isn't about beating yourself up, it's about understanding where you need to improve. Awareness is the first step toward change. Achievable goals that align with your bigger vision. Discipline isn't built overnight, and trying to overhaul your entire life in one go will only lead to burnout. Focus on one or two areas at a time. For example, if you want to improve your physical health, commit to exercising for 20 minutes a day rather than aiming for hours at the gym right away. If you're working on a new skill, dedicate a set amount of time each day to practice. Small, consistent actions are the foundation of self-discipline. One of the biggest challenges to maintaining discipline is the temptation to give up when progress feels slow. In a world that glorifies instant results, it's easy to become discouraged when your efforts don't yield immediate rewards. But discipline isn't about instant gratification, it's about delayed gratification. It's about understanding that the seeds you plant today will bear fruit in time. Trust the process, even when you can't see the results yet. Accountability is another key to developing discipline. Share your goals with someone who will encourage you to stay on track. This could be a friend, family member, mentor, or even a community of like-minded individuals. Knowing that someone is holding you accountable can provide an extra layer of motivation when your resolve is tested. Discipline also requires structure. A chaotic environment breeds chaotic behavior. Create routines and systems that make it easier to stay consistent. If your goal is to read more, set aside a specific time each day for reading. If you want to eat healthier, plan your meals in advance so you're not tempted by convenience foods. Structure removes the need for constant decision-making, allowing you to focus your energy on execution. Another crucial element of discipline is learning to embrace discomfort. Growth doesn't happen in your comfort zone. Every time you push through resistance, whether it's waking up early, saying no to distractions, or choosing hard work over laziness, you're training your mind to handle challenges. Over time, what once felt uncomfortable will become second nature. It's also important to celebrate your progress along the way. Discipline doesn't mean depriving yourself of joy. Recognize and reward your efforts, even the small victories. This reinforcement will keep you motivated and remind you of the progress you're making. Remember that discipline is a skill, not a trait you're born with. It's something you can develop and strengthen over time. Like any skill, it requires practice, patience, and persistence. There will be days when you falter, and that's okay. What matters is that you get back on track and keep going. Discipline is not about being perfect, it's about being committed. In 2025, let discipline be your guide. Let it shape your habits, your mindset, and your actions. The road to rebuilding yourself won't always be easy, but with discipline, it will always be possible. Discipline is the foundation of freedom, the freedom to create a life that reflects your true potential. When you master it, there's nothing you cannot achieve. So commit to showing up for yourself every single day. Your future self will thank you. When rebuilding yourself, cultivating a growth mindset is one of the most transformative decisions you can make. It's the difference between seeing challenges as obstacles or as opportunities, between being stuck in the same patterns or evolving into the person you're meant to become. A growth mindset allows you to approach life with a sense of possibility, resilience, and determination. It's the belief that your abilities, talents, and intelligence are not fixed. They can be developed and expanded through effort, learning, and persistence. The first step in developing a growth mindset is shifting how you perceive failure. Too often, we let the fear of failure paralyze us. We avoid taking risks, trying new things, or stepping out of our comfort zones because we're afraid of falling short. But failure is not the enemy, it's a teacher. Every setback, mistake, and misstep holds valuable lessons that can propel you forward if you're willing to learn from them. Instead of asking, why did this happen to me? Ask, what can I learn from this? This simple shift in perspective can turn any failure into a stepping stone for growth. A growth mindset also requires you to embrace challenges rather than shy away from them. Challenges are not signs that you're inadequate or incapable. They are opportunities to grow stronger, smarter, and more skilled. Think about the moments in your life when you've experienced the most growth. Chances are they weren't during times of ease or comfort, but during times of struggle and perseverance. Embrace the discomfort that comes with pushing your limits. It's a sign that you're on the edge of growth. Another key aspect of a growth mindset is understanding the power of effort. In a fixed mindset, people often believe that success comes from innate talent or ability. But in a growth mindset, success is seen as the result of consistent effort, practice, and hard work. Effort is what transforms potential into reality. When you put in the work day after day, you create momentum. And as that momentum builds, you'll find yourself accomplishing things you once thought were out of reach. To foster a growth mindset, you must also learn to value feedback. Constructive criticism can be uncomfortable to hear, but it's one of the most powerful tools for improvement. Instead of taking feedback as a personal attack, view it as an opportunity to learn and grow. Seek out mentors, coaches, or trusted friends who will challenge you to be better. Their insights can help you see blind spots and uncover areas where you can improve. A growth mindset also thrives on curiosity. Never stop learning. The moment you think you know everything is the moment you stop growing. Approach life with a beginner's mindset, a willingness to explore, ask questions, and absorb new knowledge. Read books, take courses, seek out experiences that challenge your perspective. The more you learn, the more you'll realize how much there is still to discover, and this humility fuels continuous growth. Resilience is another cornerstone of a growth mindset. Life will test you. There will be setbacks, disappointments, and moments when giving up feels like the easiest option. But resilience is what keeps you moving forward. It's the ability to bounce back stronger after each fall. Resilience is not something you're born with, it's something you develop through practice. Every time you face adversity and refuse to quit, you strengthen your resilience. Surrounding yourself with the right people is essential for maintaining a growth mindset. Negativity and fixed mindsets are contagious, but so are positivity and growth mindsets. Choose to spend your time with people who inspire you, challenge you, and believe in your potential. Their energy and encouragement will help you stay focused on your goals and remind you of what's possible. Gratitude also plays a significant role in cultivating a growth mindset. It's easy to focus on what you lack or what hasn't gone your way, but gratitude shifts your perspective. It reminds you of the progress you've made, the opportunities you've been given, and the strengths you already possess. Gratitude doesn't mean ignoring challenges, it means acknowledging the good alongside the struggle. This balanced perspective keeps you grounded and motivated. Remember that a growth mindset is a journey, not a destination. It's not something you achieve once and for all, it's a way of approaching life that you cultivate over time. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when you feel stuck, or when the old fixed mindset tries to take over. That's normal. What matters is how you respond. Keep showing up, keep learning, and keep pushing yourself to grow. As you rebuild yourself in 2025, a growth mindset will be your greatest ally. It will empower you to see possibilities where others see limitations, to turn failures into lessons, and to transform challenges into opportunities. With a growth mindset, there's no limit to what you can achieve. Embrace it fully and watch as it transforms not only what you do, but who you become. This is your year to rise, to grow, and to rebuild yourself into the person you've always known you could be. When rebuilding yourself, one of the most empowering principles to embrace is the idea that self-reflection is the foundation for self-improvement. Too often, we focus on external factors, blaming circumstances, people, or luck for where we are in life without pausing to look inward. But true growth begins with an honest assessment of yourself, your choices, habits, mindset, and patterns. It's not always comfortable to face the truth about where you've fallen short or how you've held yourself back, but it's necessary if you're serious about transformation. Self-reflection requires you to ask hard questions. Who am I right now? What kind of person do I want to become? What habits are helping me move forward and which ones are holding me back? What stories have I been telling myself that limit my potential? These questions aren't always easy to answer, but they're essential for clarity. Without understanding where you are and what's been driving your actions, it's impossible to map out a path to where you want to go. One of the keys to effective self-reflection is creating a space for stillness and introspection. In the noise and busyness of daily life, it's easy to lose sight of yourself. You're constantly reacting to what's happening around you, moving from one task to the next without ever pausing to consider if you're on the right track. Make time for moments of solitude, whether it's through journaling, meditating, or simply sitting in silence. These moments allow you to tune out distractions and tune into your inner voice. That voice will often tell you what you need to hear, even if it's not what you want to hear. Self-reflection is not about dwelling on mistakes or beating yourself up for past failures. It's about learning from them. Every misstep holds a lesson if you're willing to look for it. Maybe you trusted the wrong people, made impulsive decisions, or let fear dictate your actions. Instead of seeing those moments as reasons to feel ashamed, view them as opportunities to grow. Ask yourself, what can I do differently next time, and use that insight to inform your future choices. Another important aspect of self-reflection is recognizing your strengths and accomplishments. It's easy to focus solely on what you need to fix, but don't forget to acknowledge what you're doing well. Celebrate the progress you've made, the challenges you've overcome, and the qualities that make you unique. These are the building blocks of your growth, and recognizing them will give you the confidence to keep moving forward. Self-reflection also involves being honest about the influences in your life. Are the people around you supporting your growth or holding you back? Are you consuming information and media that inspire and educate you, or are you allowing negativity and distractions to dominate your attention? Your environment plays a significant role in shaping who you are, and self-reflection helps you evaluate whether it's aligned with the person you want to become. If it's not, it's time to make changes. One of the most transformative aspects of self-reflection is identifying patterns. Life often repeats itself until we learn the lessons we're meant to learn. If you find yourself stuck in the same situations, whether it's toxic relationships, financial struggles, or self-doubt, it's not a coincidence. There's likely a pattern in your behavior or mindset that's contributing to these outcomes. Self-reflection allows you to uncover these patterns and break free from them. It's not easy work, but it's the key to creating lasting change. Self-reflection also requires humility. It's about being willing to admit that you don't have all the answers, that you've made mistakes, and that there's always room for improvement. This humility doesn't make you weak, it makes you strong. It opens the door to learning, growth, and transformation. It allows you to approach life with curiosity and a willingness to adapt rather than clinging to old ways of thinking and doing. As you reflect on yourself, it's important to set intentions for the person you want to become. Reflection without action is meaningless. Use the insights you gain to create a clear vision of your future and a plan to achieve it. This plan doesn't have to be perfect, and it doesn't have to cover every detail. What matters is that you start taking steps in the right direction, guided by the awareness you've gained through reflection. Self-reflection is not a one-time event, it's an ongoing process. As you grow and evolve, your goals, values, and priorities may change. Regularly taking time to check in with yourself ensures that you're staying true to who you are and where you want to go. It's like recalibrating a compass to make sure you're still headed in the right direction. Rebuilding yourself in 2025 begins with looking in the mirror not just to see who you are, but to envision who you can become. Self-reflection gives you the clarity, awareness, and purpose you need to move forward. It allows you to learn from your past, align with your present, and create your future. It's not always an easy journey, but it's the most rewarding one you'll ever take. Take the time to reflect, and you'll find that the answers you're looking for have been within you all along. As you embark on the journey of rebuilding yourself in 2025, one of the most important lessons to internalize is the power of consistency. While inspiration and motivation can provide a spark, it is consistency that keeps the flame burning. True transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's the result of small, deliberate actions repeated day after day, week after week, until they become second nature. When you commit to consistency, you're not just working toward a goal, you're creating a lifestyle that supports long-term success. Consistency is often misunderstood as being about perfection, but it's not. It's about showing up, even when conditions aren't ideal. There will be days when you don't feel like putting in the work, when distractions tempt you to veer off course, or when progress seems painfully slow. These are the moments that test your commitment. Being consistent means honoring your goals, even in the face of difficulty or discouragement. It's not about being flawless, it's about being relentless. One of the keys to consistency is starting small. Too often people set ambitious goals and try to make massive changes all at once, only to burn out or lose focus. Rebuilding yourself is not about making a grand leap, it's about taking steady steps forward. Commit to small, manageable actions that align with your vision. Whether it's dedicating 15 minutes a day to reading, exercising for 20 minutes, or setting aside time for self-reflection, these small habits add up over time. Consistency amplifies their impact, turning simple actions into powerful results. Another critical aspect of consistency is creating a routine. Routines provide structure and eliminate decision fatigue. When you have a set time and place for your priorities, you're less likely to procrastinate or make excuses. Design your days with intention, making room for the habits and practices that support your growth. This doesn't mean every day will look the same. Life is unpredictable, and flexibility is important, but having a baseline routine keeps you anchored to your goals. Consistency also requires patience. In a world that thrives on instant gratification, it's easy to get frustrated when results don't come as quickly as you'd like. But real change takes time. Just as a tree doesn't grow overnight, neither does personal transformation. Every step you take, no matter how small, is contributing to your growth, even if you can't see it yet. Trust the process. The results will come if you stay the course. Another challenge to consistency is dealing with setbacks. No journey is without its obstacles, and you're bound to face moments where you falter. Maybe you miss a workout, break a habit, or let self-doubt creep in. These moments don't define you. What matters is how you respond. Instead of letting setbacks derail you, use them as opportunities to recommit. Consistency is not about never falling, it's about always getting back up. Accountability can be a powerful tool for staying consistent. Share your goals with someone you trust, whether it's a friend, mentor, coach, and ask them to hold you accountable. Knowing that someone else is invested in your progress can motivate you to keep showing up, even on the hardest days. If external accountability isn't an option, practice self-accountability by tracking your habits and celebrating your progress. Seeing how far you've come can reinforce your commitment to keep going. Consistency also requires you to align your actions with your values. When your goals are rooted in what truly matters to you, it's easier to stay committed. Take the time to clarify why your goals are important. Are you striving for better health so you can have more energy to enjoy life? Are you building a skill to create opportunities for yourself and your loved ones? When you connect your actions to a deeper purpose, you'll find the motivation to persevere. Even when the journey is tough, mindset plays a crucial role in maintaining consistency. Approach your goals with a mindset of growth and resilience. Remind yourself that every action you take is an investment in your future. Replace self-doubt with self-belief, and don't let perfectionism hold you back. Progress, no matter how slow, is always better than standing still. With each step, you're proving to yourself that you're capable of change. Remember that consistency is a practice, not a destination. You're not aiming to be perfect every day, you're aiming to be consistent over time. It's okay to have off days, to feel unmotivated, or to make mistakes. What matters is that you keep going. Every day is a new opportunity to recommit to your goals and take another step forward. The compound effect of your efforts will become evident in time. Rebuilding yourself in 2025 is not about grand gestures or quick fixes. It's about steady, intentional action. Consistency is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. When you commit to showing up for yourself every day, no matter how small the effort, you create a momentum that's impossible to stop. So take that first step and then take another. Stay consistent and watch as your persistence transforms not only your results, but also your identity. But this is your year to rise, grow, and thrive. As we stand on the threshold of 2025, the message is clear. This is your year to rebuild, renew, and reclaim the life you've always envisioned. But rebuilding isn't just about setting goals or dreaming big. It's about taking action with intention, embracing discomfort as a sign of growth, and committing to the daily disciplines that create lasting change. It's about self-reflection, consistency, resilience, and the courage to reimagine what's possible for your future. You've learned that the foundation of any transformation begins within. It's about owning your story, understanding your patterns, and using the lessons of your past as stepping stones to a brighter future. You've discovered the importance of aligning your actions with your values, surrounding yourself with the right influences, and cultivating habits that push you closer to your potential. Most importantly, you've seen that this journey is not about perfection, but progress, about showing up every single day, even when it's hard, and proving to yourself that you are capable of more. 2025 is not just another year on the calendar, it's an invitation to rise above excuses, above self-doubt, and above anything that's been holding you back. It's a chance to redefine yourself not by what's happened to you, but by what you choose to do next. The power to rebuild is already within you. It's been waiting for you to claim it. Take that first step with conviction. Set your sights on who you're becoming, not just where you've been. Commit to the small, deliberate actions that lead to big results. Be patient, be persistent, and trust the process. The road ahead won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. Because when you rebuild yourself from the inside out, you don't just change your life, you transform your destiny. This is your year. Step into it with purpose, with passion, and with the unshakable belief that you are capable of greatness. Now go out there and make it happen. The future is waiting for you to rise.